Alright, what's going on, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the first edition of Crypto Convo. I'm super excited to kick off this series. This has been a series that I've been wanting to make for a while now, and I figured now is a perfect time considering I'm personally convinced that we have finally kicked off the next cryptocurrency bull market. For those of you who don't know, cryptocurrency was the first time in my trading career that I made a lot of money. I got it in late 2016. Obviously, you can see over here, Bitcoin did have that rally in 2017 for those of you who weren't around. So made a nice chunk of change. That was the first time I made a lot of money, and really what got me hooked on trading. Obviously, you make a lot of money, you get hooked. So not only did I make money, I found a passion in myself for Bitcoin, for the fundamental side of Bitcoin and blockchain technology. You guys know around here, if you stick around for stocks, I love covering revolutionary sectors and sectors that are really changing the world, not only because you see the most returns, but because they're the ones doing the coolest things. So that really kicked off my love for innovational revolutionary sectors, and obviously sectors that I believe have asymmetric risk. And when you're investing, that's the single most important aspect for an investment or an asset when you're thinking about investing in it, is that asymmetric risk potential. Okay, so again, I do believe that we just kicked this off. This series, I will obviously we're going to be covering crypto. That's very obvious, but I do also want to batch in, when necessary, of course, some blockchain, crypto, Bitcoin mining related stocks, like Mara, like Riot, like we're talking about today. So we will cover those as well, again, when I feel necessary, if I feel like they're worth covering. But I do want to kick these series off, each episode off, I should say, by looking at the chart of Bitcoin and Ether. So I'll just give you guys my very quick breakdown of both Bitcoin and Ethereum at the beginning of each video, just the gold and silver of the sector. I feel it's necessary. They're the two kings. I feel like it will stay that way for a long time. So I just want to give you guys my take on those. Today specifically, we will touch on Chainlink as well. I've been talking about, fun fact, the first investing related video I ever made on this channel was a Chainlink analysis about half a year ago now. I highly recommend that you guys don't watch that because it's trash. But that was the first video. I have been bullish on Chainlink for a long time. It is on absolute fire right now. It's outperforming kind of by far the rest of the cryptocurrency market. And we will cover it today. I want to show you guys this article, not this one, but this article in regard to Chainlink. So we'll take a look at this. We will take a look at this, just this argument for Bitcoin to 50K. I think it could be beyond that, but it's just kind of the fundamental argument for a high-priced Bitcoin. All right, just because it's important. This is like my primary argument for Bitcoin as well right now. So I want to read this with you guys. Just it's a pretty short read. I just kind of want to expand on this point right now as well. So we'll take a look at that, and then of course we'll take a look at the charts to let you guys know what I'm thinking from a technical perspective. And yeah, excited to get into this. And of course, as I said before, we will cover Riot and Mara, just because super exciting times in the crypto related stock sector, and I want to cover those. One more thing, you guys, for those of you who do follow me just for the stock content, I highly recommend that you dip your feet into this sector. Again, I've been fundamentally bullish on it. The place that I believe Bitcoin and blockchain technology will serve, and the purpose they'll serve in the future of our financial system, the future of global economics, is super important, especially when governments around the world are printing trillions, which we'll kind of get to in this. So I'm super bullish on this. I do recommend you guys to, not investment advice, but maybe you look into establishing even a small, tiny position in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, because I always say that once you do that, that's an investment, not just an investment, financial investment, but investment in your education. Because once you do, you go down the rabbit hole, you have skin in the game, and you will force yourself to learn and educate yourself. And education is the most important thing in this game when it comes to long-term money, when it comes to actual like success in the long run. Okay, so before we get into it, I will ask you guys to please give the video a like if you do go on to gain value from it, or if you're invested in any of the assets, cryptos that we're talking about today. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here and want more crypto investment content like this, and check out my complete portfolio daily newsletter if you want a look into my exact positions in some of these stocks and cryptocurrencies. Okay, so again, let's kick this off with Bitcoin. I do want to read you guys this article. We'll kick it off with this article just to set the fundamental base. All right, so first mover, as Fed nears inflation Rubicon, analysts see 50K Bitcoin in play. Again, you guys, 50K, it could be way more than that. But that's a pretty conservative estimate in my mind in terms of kind of a long run picture. The Federal Reserve appears ready to pursue yet another untested strategy that could ultimately boost inflation and possibly prices for Bitcoin. And we'll just read this, and I want to show you guys this chart right here. The Fed's extra loosening of monetary policy could help support prices for Bitcoin, which many cryptocurrency investors speculate could serve as an effective hedge against inflation. Similar to gold, Bitcoin prices have already soared 58% this year, beating silver's 36% and gold's 30%. Not to mention the 2% gain in the Standard & Poor's S&P 500 index of large stocks. Bitcoin rose 1.5% on Monday, so nothing significant, but it's been up a lot over time, which we will look at. This is important. As more investors look to digital gold, which is how I always describe it, digital gold, gold 2.0 even, as an inflation hedge in an increasingly digitized world amidst unprecedented government money printing, the cryptocurrency research firm Messari wrote Monday, we know that it won't take much of an institutional allocation until 50,000 Bitcoin is back on the table. So that's the important thing right there, institutional allocation. It's not only retail movement, but it's institutional allocation. Like I talk about with GBTC, which we're not talking about today, but I will talk about in the future. GBTC is an institutional kind of asset. Institutions will look to buy Bitcoin in a world where governments are printing trillions of dollars, and Bitcoin is an absolutely scarce asset. Okay, always say this: 18 million in circulation now, will only ever be 21 million. It's likely less than that because a lot have been lost. Okay, so that is a fact that will never change. It's absolutely scarce. So you can see here that we have inflation hedge assets. We have Bitcoin, silver, gold, and again, you guys, if you've been following, I've been invested in silver and gold as well. Silver today even popped off. My silver call options are returning a lot. Gold as well. Again, inflation hedge assets. Investors know that the dollar will be devalued after we're printing trillions of them. It's just, that's common sense. There's no way that won't happen over time. Okay, and Bitcoin is outperforming silver and gold. Even the S&P, as much as you think it might, like the stock market's on fire just after this kind of relief rally that we've seen since the crash, S&P is only up 2%. Bitcoin is up 58%. And then gold and silver up just like half that almost. Okay, so Bitcoin among inflation hedges is the best performing asset so far this year, and will continue to be. Bitcoin is so young. Bitcoin's only 10 years old. Okay, you guys, that's what's so important to remember. Bitcoin's still such a young asset. It still has so much upside potential ahead of it in my mind. It's just a fraction. It's like 200 something billion dollar market cap. That's minuscule. Gold is a multi-trillion dollar market cap. Okay, I believe it's like I don't know what it is now. Let's say it's like 5 trillion or something. But I mean, Bitcoin is so much smaller than gold still, so it makes me believe that we have such a longer way to go. And my mouse is stuck. What the heck is going on here? Okay, sorry about that. My mouse is like stuck. Really wants to hold on to this Bitcoin. Okay, so as you can see here, I did mention this before, but this is the most important. This is what really kicks off the bull run for Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptocurrency, because the crypto market will follow Bitcoin in a sense. Okay, so Bitcoin did break this multi-year downtrend just a couple weeks ago, like kicking off this recent price rally we've seen. Let's zoom in here. This is gonna look a little wild, but stick with me. So let's zoom in here, and again, you guys, like on the grand scale of things, this volatility that we've seen just this week is like nothing. Okay, so Bitcoin right now, just on a short-term time frame, what worries me is that we could see a head and shoulders pattern play out. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think we'll probably just use this. We're setting this last high as a low, and we'll set a new high beyond the $12,000. So I do think we'll probably break beyond $12,000 in Bitcoin, and that's the optimistic scenario. Worst case scenario is that we play out a head and shoulders, which still is kind of possible. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and then we might come back down to like the $10,000 region. So about a 10% retracement. We'll see if that happens. But again, fundamentally, long term, I'm still super bullish on Bitcoin. I'm not really worried about the short term. I'm not trying to trade Bitcoin right now. So Ethereum, we'll take a quick look at Ethereum. I mean, Ethereum's just been on a rip lately. You can see just like 2 weeks ago, Ethereum was at $230. It's now almost at $400. It touched $400 a few days ago. So Ethereum is absolutely ripping right now. We look at the 5-year on Ethereum long term. These are the ones I might just start looking at the long term, because it's so much more important to me in my mind. So you see great volume on Ethereum. There's great volume on Bitcoin right now as well. Ethereum did hit a high in 2017, if you guys weren't around, of $1,400. So, I mean, there's still a lot of price appreciation. We have Ethereum 2.0 coming out. I will cover that in a future episode, so I'm not covering it today, but I do want to get to the stocks as well and try to keep this somewhat quick. I will cover Ethereum 2.0. Please let me know if you guys want to know that, because that's a very exciting project right now. That is the catalyst, the fundamental catalyst behind Ethereum's price action, is their launch of ETH 2.0, which again is just the next evolution of their blockchain tech and their software. So I will cover that in future videos, but ETH is ripping right now. I wouldn't be surprised to see a pullback in ETH, considering we did around this $400 region, considering we did see this as a place of support around here back in 2017. It bounced it off of it a few times. It has used it as resistance in the past and support. So There are a few areas where it has used it, again, as resistance and support. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a little pullback in ETH. But again, you guys, I'm not trying to day trade this. On any pullbacks, dollar cost average, that's what I do. Just add a little bit to your position on all the pullbacks. All right, so let's get to Chainlink. Before we look at Chainlink, you guys, again, it looks really good that this was the first video on my channel because, the Chainlink, ever since I made that video, has just been on an absolute tear. Okay, so feel good about that one. Good first video to kick off the channel with. But I do want to cover this and then we'll get into the technicals. Okay, so Chainlink zeroes in on smart contract adoption with new grant program. Chainlink quietly unveils a grant program with the stated goal of making smart contracts the dominant form of digital agreement. Okay, so Chainlink, you guys, if you're not familiar, you guys can watch that initial video. It's not terrible. Obviously, I was new to just sitting in front of a camera and talking, so it's going to be way more janky than I am now. I'm not saying I'm good now, but it was even jankier than I am now. So you guys can check that out if you want. It's not bad. I was proud of it. I was very proud of it at the time. I'm still proud of it because it was my first video. But I do talk about Chainlink. It's an Oracle solution. You can understand what Chainlink is fundamentally. But Chainlink is pretty much like, Chainlink in my mind epitomizes the beauty of what blockchain actually is as a technology. Not Bitcoin. Bitcoin's digital gold 2.0. But Chainlink is like utilizing actual blockchain tech to do cool things. So I want to read this statement from the founder. Chainlink co-founder Sergey Nazarov elaborated on these points in a statement to Cointelegraph. We're accelerating the adoption of smart contracts as the dominant form of digital agreement by enabling them to be used for the many mainstream use cases defined by DeFi, decentralized insurance, and fraud-proof gaming. The goal of Chainlink Community Grant Program is to accelerate all the key dynamics relating to data security and accessibility around Chainlink. So, in a world where data and digital security is becoming increasingly important, that's what the blockchain is. Like blockchain technology, when you build things on blockchain technology, it's completely transparent, it's completely safe in some cases. In Chainlink's case, that's the case. But I mean, again, I'm not going to talk about this too much, but Chainlink is capitalizing on really what I perceive the beauty of blockchain technology to be. And I think, even after this rally, we'll look at this right now. So Chainlink has been ripping. So Chainlink has far outperformed. Just back in March, Chainlink was at $2. It's now 5x since then. It's almost at 10. It just scraped about $10. It makes sense that we're pulling back around $10. So, $10, you guys, a big thing in crypto is the psychology. A bubble is like a lot of what we talk about usually. So $10 is like the psychological even when you're talking about these price levels. So it makes sense that we see a little pullback. We might see it wouldn't be uncommon to see a 20% retracement on Chainlink, maybe 10-20% to this recent high it's set right here. It did set a few weekly candles around this area around $8. So 20% retracement after a run like this wouldn't be too crazy. But again, you guys, we're not even gonna look at this close. I'm not trying to trade these assets. Unlike stocks, I'm trying to trade the stocks a little more, but even the stocks like Riot and Mar, which we're about to talk about, I'm in these for the long. I'm so confident that we've kicked off the next bull rally, and I think that over the course of the coming months and by the end of the year, we could see new all-time highs easily in Bitcoin. Okay, so we will move down. We got XRP-EOS, Kyber Network's a fun one, GBTC. We'll talk about all these in the future. Don't worry, you guys. But today I just want to focus on Riot and Mar just because they are the most volatile at this point in time. We have Hive as well. So Hive did pretty well today. Maybe we'll take a quick look at that just because. Okay. So again, Riot, you guys. I still think Riot was down a little bit today, not as much as Mara, but it didn't see as much of a gain as Mara yesterday as well. So Riot, again, I'm gonna stay on the long-term time frame. So the beauty of Riot, look at this volume. There's crazy amounts of volume on Riot. There's a lot of eyes on Riot, which makes me extremely bullish on Riot at this moment. I still think we will come up and test this trend line. Obviously, like the farther down the line it goes, the more this trend line extends. So I think at some point we will definitely come back. Why can't I freak? There we go. We will come back to retest this upper line of resistance at some point. And again, that could range from like $5 to $6 because it's such a steep trend line. I still think it's possible. You see the volume here. You go to the 5-year, you can see what Riot is capable of. It's a small market cap. That's the thing about, that's the beauty of these stocks that are involved in Bitcoin mining blockchain. Tiny market caps, okay? So it doesn't take much capital. Look at that volume on Riot. That's such a bullish sign in my mind. So we're seeing a lot of volume. There's eyes on Riot. There's investors who want to invest in innovational, revolutionary assets. We know that in this market. And Riot, you can see what's possible. Riot, back in 2017, when during that first bull rally of Bitcoin, not the first, but the most recent one, 2017, Riot hit a high of $45. And I'm not saying that's going to happen anytime in the near future, but you just know it can. It's possible. We've seen it before, so it is possible. Just keep an eye on it, you guys. I'm so bullish on Riot right now. Bullish on Mara as well right now, even though we saw a pullback in it today. So Mara, here, we'll kick it off with this just because I want to show you guys one more time my long-term time frame on Mara. So Mara, I mean, again, you guys, look at this freaking... When you zoom out like this, it looks wild, but it's just... Mara is currently sitting at... The market cap went up significantly after yesterday, but Mara, even up to 60 million, is a drop in the bucket. That's a tiny market cap. It could still 10x from here and be like $500 million, okay? So just keep that in mind. Mara, I mean, if Bitcoin... Say Bitcoin hits 100K, I mean, Mara, Riot, the sky's the freaking limit in my mind. And I'm so bullish on this sector right now, you guys. You guys know that if you've been watching my recent videos, but I'm going to stop trying to just preach it on that. Show you guys the 5-day. It looks so wild after being on that last time frame. So zoom down. Mara right now. So what I want to show you guys is, shoot, where am I? Oh, I drew some nice lines this morning. It disappeared. Okay, so the beauty of what happened this morning is that Mara perfectly bounced. So it like perfectly bounced off where we gapped up the other day when it was up, when it like doubled in price. Okay, so it perfectly bounced, it gapped down and perfectly bounced off this line where it gapped up on the 3rd. And I think we're probably like, you guys know, two-wave theory, I talk about that a lot. You see this first wave, you see it getting ready to break out, you see the breakout, you see the bubble pop, you see it capitulate a little bit, you see it correct, people take profits, you see it capitulate, go sideways. And I would not be surprised at all right now to see Mara see a second wave. So that's what I'm betting on. Again, it's tiny market cap, so much volume on Mara. There's a huge stock on Robinhood yesterday. Traders are watching it. And I wouldn't be surprised at all to see Mara shoot up one more time and see another rally. And after that, it'll probably do a similar thing here and then just kind of slowly gain up. But again, you guys, it's very dependent on the performance of Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptocurrency sector. Because yeah, Mara, Riot are Bitcoin mining companies. So people know that the more Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin goes up, the more money these guys make. Okay, so obviously that fundamentally plays a role. But just I mean, this has happened so many times. You see a breakout, you see the bubble pop, people take profits, you see correct, capitulate, go sideways, and then you see another rally. So that's what I'm betting on. I'm very bullish on Mara. Again, on the medium, kind of like short term, I think before the end of the week, it's likely that we'll see another run up in Mara. And if we do that, I might take a little profits for the short term. But I mean, I'm both Riot and Mara. I want to say, you guys, I am not planning on closing out probably the majority. I'm holding a lot of my positions. Even these like cryptos, like I'm not really trying to trade these as much as I'm just so bullish on them over the course of the coming months that I'm just holding them and I'm willing to sit through the volatility. And you guys, that's something so important that I learned in 2017, primarily early. Like I did sell a bunch when Bitcoin was around like 15K. I didn't catch the very top, but you guys, like, just sit through the volatility through the first part. Just practice strong hands. It pays off in the long run. The strong-handed individuals, strong-handed investors, trust me, always win in the long run. Okay, so just stay rational, keep a rational head on your shoulders, and just understand that the fundamentals in the sector. I mean, this is my opinion. Always remember that. You guys know that. This is my opinion, but I'm just so confident in the fundamentals of this factor in the current macroeconomic landscape that, I mean, I see this sector like crushing it over the coming months. All right, so not trying to trade it, ups and downs, I don't really care. I'm super bullish on it in the long run, and I'm holding a lot of my positions, so I'll tell you guys that much. Hive, we'll take just a quick look at Hive real quick just for fun. So Hive looks super weird because it's such a small, like it's not even available on a Robinhood. It's an OTC stock. So Hive, you see, that's why it looks so weird, because it is like such low volume in the grand scheme of things. That's why Hive looks super weird. So let's go to like the 5-year on Hive. When did Hive IPO? So Hive, again, you can see what's Hive's market cap at right now, 160 million. So it's actually a big company. So it's actually a bigger market cap than Riot and Mara. So let's just see, like Hive back in 2017, back in the bull rally, got to a high of 670. So it's currently at 50 cents. That gives a room for like a, what is that, like a 12x? Yeah, like 12 to 15x. You guys get the point. 12 to 15x from this point if it does reach new all-time highs. Which, again, you guys, in this, when Bitcoin goes ballistic, if you guys didn't experience, it goes ballistic, okay? And again, there's all the stars are aligning for Bitcoin in the cryptocurrency space right now. I'm so freaking bullish on this entire sector. So I'm gonna stop ranting now. I look forward to more of these episodes. Again, you guys, please let me know if there's any other projects you're excited about, if there's any specific things within the cryptocurrency realm that you want me to cover in more of these crypto convos. And yeah, again, if you guys want to know exactly what positions I hold in the cryptocurrency space, as well as my positions in Riot, Mara, Hive, it's like Overstocks, a lot of these companies, check out my complete portfolio daily newsletter, exactly as it states, complete breakdown of all call options, all put options, all stock positions, all cryptocurrencies. And along with that, I do send out a newsletter during market hours on every trading day, talking about the trades I made that day, rationalizing my thoughts, and giving you guys just more real-time updates on my thoughts on the current markets and economic environment. Okay, so check that out if you're interested at all. Again, first link down below. If you're interested, if not, no worries at all. So again, I look forward to learning from you guys, talking to you guys, talking shop down in the comments as well. And until next time, you guys, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.